Hello students! Okay, so let's read this question. Which option lists the numbers below in order from largest to smallest? Okay, so we're gonna keep using the strategy of cubes that we have on the left side. And the first step is to circle or underline. And that will be the most important information. And the most important thing here will be that we have to put the numbers in order from largest to smallest. Great, that is to do circle or underline. The next step will be box. That is box the question, and we do box the question right here. Okay, my next step is to do elaborate. For elaborate is we have to come up with a plan to do our work. And since we have to order numbers, and I see that the numbers are fractions and decimals, the fractions are 1/3, 1/2, and 1/4, and the decimals 0.3, 0.24, and 0.55. Well, then that means I can rewrite my fractions into decimals. Look, when we have all the numbers in decimals, it's really easy to compare them. So I'm gonna bring the flashcards, and if you don't have those, please look for the fraction, decimal, and percent flashcards video so you can create your own set. So let me bring my set of flashcards. Great. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start identifying the numbers that we're going to work with. And the first one is 1/3. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to look for the flashcard that has the same denominator. In this case, it's exactly the same fraction. The one that is given is 1/3, and the one in my flashcard is 1/3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write 1/3 equal, and I'm going to write its equivalent value in decimal. Line up the decimal point, then the ones, tenths, and hundreds. Okay, so now let's look at the next number, and this is 1/2. And let's identify our flashcard that has 1/2. Awesome. Now let's write its decimal value. Line up the decimal point by place value, and then that will be 0, 5, and 0. Great. Now I'm gonna go to the next one, and the next one is 1/4, and I'm gonna identify the flashcard that has fourths, and it's this one right here. So I'm gonna write 1/4 equals, I'm gonna line up the decimal point, 0, and 1/4 is the same as 0.25, 0.25 right here. Great. I'm gonna look at the next digit, and the next one is 0.3. That's already in decimal, so that's going to be easier. Line up the decimal point, then we have a 0 and we have a 3. And I don't have the same amount of digits behind the point. How do I complete that space? With a 0. Great. And I always like to compare the same amount of digits because then I can really compare the numbers. It's going to be easier. It's friendlier. Okay, let's go with another number. I'm going to do 0.24, and also that one is in decimal. So I'm just going to line up the point for that one, and that's 0.24. And we have a last one. And the last one is 0.55. I'm going to do that in red. Line up the decimal point, and that's 0.55. If I have the same amount of digits for all my numbers, then I can go ahead and start doing the comparison. And I'm going to compare the greatest place value first. And the greatest place value that we have is the ones. So on the ones, I have only zeros, so I cannot really decide anything. I'm going to go to the next place value. And the next place value is on the tenths. So right here, I'm going to compare, and I have 3, 5, 2, 3, 2, and 5. Definitely, we're going to go with the 5. So I'm going to say, okay, so let's focus on this one here. And also, let's focus on this one here. See? Okay, so here we have 5 and 5, they're the same, but here I have 5 and here I have 0. So which is the largest from those two? Absolutely, 0.55 is the first largest. And then 0.50 will be our second largest. Great. Now I'm going to compare in this same place value. And on this one we got a 3, and on this one we got a 3. So we will have to compare 0.33 that we have on the top, and that will compare to 0.30. And then, which is more, 0.33 or 0.30? And the answer, yes, is 0.33. Awesome. And then I'm going to look at this one. This will be the fourth largest. And now I'm going to look for the next one. And I finally just have 0.25 and 0.24. Which is largest? Yes, 0.25, which is the same as 1/4. Great. And that will be number 5, and finally number 6. Okay, so let's start comparing our numbers. The first largest is 0.55, and that's not in my letter A, and that's okay on B, C, and D. Awesome. So we did this one. The second largest should be 1/2, that is the same as 0.50. So I should scratch out choice A, right? Because it didn't work with the first number. Great. So let's compare the second one, which will be 1/2. And letter B says 1/3, so it's not working. Then letter C is 1/2, and letter D is 1/2. So I have two possible answers. I'm gonna scratch out B. It didn't work, so I'm not gonna keep comparing this one. Great. The third greatest is 1/3. So I check on C, it is 1/3, and on D it's also 1/3. Okay. The next one should be, the fourth one is 0.30 or 0.3. And then I have 0.3 for C and also for D. Okay, that was the fourth one. The fifth one, the number 5 should be 0.25, which is 1/4. And then I can see that on letter C, they don't have 1/4 as the next one. It's not working. But letter D, they do. It is working. And then I can see that finally it should be 0.24. So our answer, it is letter D. Awesome, guys. Thank you.